Turn this back around. There's my shade gardens. They're not doing anything spectacular. Look at the coleus looks really good in the back. The aloe looks good. And the gingers are all alive. So, and the lilies that I dug up from the woods did good. This great big beautiful plant is leaning quite a bit now, but she made a comeback from when the tomato hornworms decimated all her flowers. Here's the large leaf chaya. So I haven't tasted it yet, but you cook it and the leaf is edible. It's got two sprouts. So I had 3 of those live. I bought them online from Cody Cove Nursery. Sweet potato vine is doing great, so hopefully we'll get some sweet potatoes out of there. Pause this. No, maybe not. The nursery flower garden has taken off. Some of those were just starts from friends. I wasn't sure what it was. Like this. A beautiful flower on it. The leaf is getting eaten quite a bit, but I guess it's edible. The leaf is like a spinach. So I've got several of those. I planted some cosmos in there. The cosmos aren't blooming yet. They'll bloom soon. I like this one. This one's blooming. Lots of weeds have sprung up. In the back is Persian shield. And there's some ginger and some ferns in there. Some grasses. A lot of zinnias. They got pretty tall. They're up to my waist. This doesn't seem very happy here. This is a firecracker fern that Timothy picked out at the nursery. The dahlias didn't really do much. They're back there, but they didn't get real big. Some elephant ears, some cannas in the back, some lilies that I was given. In the middle is a rosemary. This was from my friend Gretel. This is the oregano, the Puerto Rican oregano? Don't remember. Lemongrass that I transplanted. Some plants that I need to plant. These I was given to Gretel and I forgot to give them to her. These are the cuttings that I took from my roselle. They're really suffering. I'll go show you the plants I cut them off of and the plants that I stuck in the ground. So you don't have to have the perfect spot to put your plants. But this is a cutting of the roselle that I took at the same exact time. It's those poor little cuttings that are in the cup still. That's the biggest one. But here's one. And here's one. And here's one. They get smaller. they come up the hill. This one's pretty big. It's kind of on a flatter area too. And the Mexican sunflower for chop and drop. The Everglade tomatoes are about spent. My first loofahs. So the loofah vine has definitely taken over more than anything else. That grape on the end hasn't gotten very big. Got some Guyana long beans that are growing up. And then my cuttings of roses are in this line along the fence, along with a bunch of papayas that I started from seed. This is the biggest papaya that I started from seed. So he's over a foot tall, maybe a foot and a half. And my morning glories. And I think there's a loofah bloom up there on top. And the grape on this side did really good. It's all the way up and spreading to the side. Pause it. These look so cool online, but I'm not super thrilled with them. It's interesting. I think it'd be great if somebody couldn't bend over. They look okay. It could be the soil was bad too. Here's the front flower garden. I just bought a couple packets of wildflower seeds and just laid down cardboard and a few inches of the free mulch from the city and scattered the seeds. In front of that is free mulch from like a tree service. I just called around until a company dropped off free shredded trees. And in that I've got some shrubs. So hopefully those shrubs, that will get like 15 feet tall. And that one down there will get like 15 feet tall and just take over this area. Although the cosmos are reseeding and look great. This crepe myrtle was here. So were those ones way down there. Those crepe myrtles were there, which we're really happy with them. Beautiful. I love crepe myrtles actually. Can't eat them that I know of, but I'm sure they bring in the pollinators. So this is my front yard on the left side of the driveway, and on the right side of the driveway we've got my edible food forests and flower gardens. I'm in Florida, Zone 9A. So those trees right there are on my property. Super happy about living kind of in the country. Alright, now I'm in my backyard. So I'm going to do a sweep of my backyard. Those super tall pine trees are so gorgeous. Kind of my work zone. Planting table that wasn't quite finished yet. Bananas are looking nice. The sunrise is looking beautiful on the trees. Planted gardens all along the edge of the woods. They haven't really done much. The soil is really not super. I planted Seminole pumpkins in here. An avocado from seed. Some Mexican sunflower. Some comfrey from seed. Some katuk from seed. The katuk are so small still. There is a chaya. And I think, I don't know if it's a raspberry or blackberry, but those ones look decent. The spinach from my friend, hers looks amazing. Mine, not so much. I took a bunch of cuttings. My pigeon pea looks great. An avocado that I bought. Some chaya. There's 2 more chayas over there, which didn't grow much. And the Mexican sunflower looks great. And that tree all the way up to the top. And this one are the non-irritating velvet beans. And then we've got the cassava on this side, which looks super happy. Some of those African marigolds, a canna lily from a friend, some dwarf banana trees we bought at Walmart for $9 a piece. More of those African marigolds and the pigeon pea next to the avocado tree. I did put sweet potatoes in there. Oh, and there's the longevity spinach. This is the biggest one. I haven't looked at it all for a month probably. Look at that. It's maybe 3 feet long. It's almost as tall as my Simmons avocado. The sweet potato vines in there aren't doing very good. They're still little. Oh, that canna's getting ready to bloom. There's an invasive mimosa tree. I was all excited. I didn't know they were invasive, but we have to leave it because there is a tortoise hole back there, like the gopher tortoise. So we can't do anything in that area. It'll stay au naturel. There's a kitty cat that came out to say good morning to us. Sweep around my backyard. My vegetable gardens didn't do much, but I do have a cutting that lived. Moringa. The sweet potatoes are doing pretty good in that garden. A lot of Mexican sunflowers, basil. Planted hundreds of green beans and they didn't hardly do anything. I have one green bean plant that got normal size, but I wasn't here to harvest any green beans. The corn planted it was a really old seed, but I thought, well, I'll go ahead and plant it. No idea what it actually did. This is the biggest one. Oh, look at that. And this is a wildflower that just sprung up in the vegetable garden. I think it'll add nutrients to the soil. Got another one by the pool, caged area. It's blooming. There were a couple pepper plants in here. This is just how poor my soil is. Look at that. He's alive, but he didn't do anything. This one's got a jalapeno on it, but that's as big as the plant got. The soil is so bad. Another moringa. The other vegetable gardens, very similar. Sweet potatoes, Mexican sunflower, corn, basil. No idea. And there's a tomato over here. The basil is kind of pretty, isn't it? Look at that. This was, I think, the lemon basil. Nope, not lemon. My orange tree. It is actually this is the Meyer lemon tree. So, and a pigeon pea, because never plant them without a friend, your fruit trees. That's that wildflower that's blooming. It's in the vegetable garden also. Oh, there's a kitty. A seedling mango I started. Here's the orange tree. Guess it's not looking super great. Pigeon pea looks good. Here's the original roselles. So this roselle is the biggest one. I started it from seed. And I took cuttings from all my roselles and tried to root them. Got a bunch successfully rooted. But some of the cuttings are bigger than the original plants. Like one of those cuttings is bigger than that one, so it must just be happier. I think that's the original dwarf banana tree I bought from Walmart when we first, was it Walmart? I don't remember. There's a couple nurseries that I bought a bunch of plants from when we first moved here. So that one's not grown much. Some weeds, a lot of weeds. So I bought this papaya tree with the papayas on it. I think it's time to pick this one off the vine. Not very pretty looking, but we've been feeding it to our tortoise and she likes it. That banana tree has got pups, and I don't know if all pups produce more bananas or just some of the pups. So there's three pups started. She's taller than me now. And by seed starting propagating table, so I have a bunch of seedlings from two trees. I have to remember the names of them. And then I have just some seedlings that I'm starting. A couple pear guavas look like they germinated. And a couple of the jackfruits have germinated. The mangoes sprouting up. Mulberries, that's what these all these seedlings are. Right there's mulberries. Right here's mulberries. And right there is mulberries. So, I mean, this was 2 months ago probably, so I think all those mulberries trees will live as long as when I plant them in the ground I don't neglect them. There's some seedling papayas that are sprouting up amongst the pineapple cuttings. So this was a tour of my yard. Florida Zone 9A, and I love it here. We saw a giant owl fly over the pool cage, and it landed in the top of the pine tree across the road, the tallest pine tree over there. It landed, and it didn't even move the branch, and it didn't even look any smaller when it landed in the tree. It was really cool. I love it here. We are in the Nature Coast in Florida.